G'day, Spark Millie here, and welcome back to our McLaren Motorsport Manager F1 2021 Manager Mod Season 2 of our save. So I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Welcome back to the channel. Today we've got episode 3 and 4 in a couple hours we uploaded, continuing with the double uploads daily. First of all, I just want to say thank you to Luke Gaming, Joey, and Zach K for commenting. We've got Zach K commenting again this season, all the countries, so I'm going to try and remember the order. So we're going to kick off with Bahrain. Mix it up a bit, Zach, give me some other countries. Don't worry about sticking to the calendar. You can if you want, it'll still be a challenge. But I'm going to try and remember that order. So thank you again for those who commented. Make sure to leave a comment and you get featured in the video on the next time I record. And also remember to leave a like and consider subscribing if you're not already. Road to 1,000 is well and truly on. That being said, let's jump into it. So today we have the Imola GP. Now we want to try and continue on our fantastic finish last time out, of course, getting that 1-2. Highly recommend you check out that episode and this episode before that if you haven't already. Imola has very similar characteristics to last time out at Bahrain, so I hope we can have another good weekend. We've already improved the rear wing, engine and brakes to the max. We're going to work on the reliability of the new gearbox as well, while we also work on the performance of both the suspensions. Hopefully get a decent amount done on each of those, but we'll continue on. Our new gearbox is just finished as well, which is fantastic. So we're going to switch all our focus to the reliability of that gearbox, and hopefully we can get it on the car by the end of the weekend. But we're going to design a new part, and it's going to be another gearbox, because we just got to make sure this gearbox is the best it can possibly be. We're going to do that one and that one. I think that is the best call for sure. 1501, confirm that one, and that will be another gearbox, so hopefully we can bridge that gap even more. Alright, qualifying 3-time. Lando Norris was top of all the timesheets coming into qualifying, so hopefully continue that form into Q3 would be fantastic. He's got the new gearbox. We forced it a little bit with it. Threw it straight on the car even though it has 50 reliability, but hopefully that won't be too much of an issue. It was fine at 60 reliability last time out, so I'm hoping it holds up. But first run, first and fifth, it's been pretty much the same all weekend. Ricardo obviously a fair way off Lando in the car performance department. We'll send him out on another super soft set. We've really reduced the amount of super softs we take to a race weekend at just 6. I mean, we really have... It's probably a bit more of a risk than it's worth, to be honest. We don't really need 13 sets of soft anyway. But I thought, we never used the super softs, so 13 set of softs may be worth. But pole position, awesome drive from Lando. It's actually a lot closer than it was in practice in Q1, Q2. So hopefully, well not hopefully, but for entertainment's sake, maybe we'll see a bit more of a challenge this time out. But pole position for Lando onto the race, and it's race day. Isn't that quite the scene? It looks so cool. I love the way this game looks on the grid there, all the different colors. We're on the first and the fifth, soft tires, race trim. You already know how we do it. Light footed and soft tires. There we go. Car setups are fine, and we'll go on push, overtake, push, and start race just like that, ready to go. So we've got Hamilton, Leclerc, and Verstappen to clear for Ricardo. George Russell down in 6th in the Merc. We're going to follow on board first place Norris with a great eagerness. And here we go. Good start from Lando. Can he maintain the push from Hamilton? He does from Hamilton. Leclerc sends it as well. And around the first corner, Leclerc is going to take the lead of the Grand Prix. What a start from him. He just slingshot it up. Ricardo's down 6th. He was overtaken by Hulkenberg of all the people. Russell's dropped down to 11th. Norris has been caught up in the crowd a little bit. Both Red Bulls have passed him. Not an ideal start for both our drivers, but Hamilton's still behind, which is good. He's the real pace setter. In qualifying he was the closest, but we're on the harder compounds, and we can go longer into this first stint. Interesting to see if the one-stop will work easily today. Let's speed through the start of this race a bit more. We'll see where Lando ends up in about 10 laps time. We'll speed through. Can he take back that second place? He's still fighting with the Red Bull. We're going to give him all the tyre usage he can, and we'll give Ricardo the same, as he's complaining to not get past Hamilton. But a long way to go in this race, so hopefully we can pull back first place. I think we will. Like I said, this track suits our car very nicely after the improvements we made during the week and before the race last time out. But, the longer we stay behind Verstappen, the further out Leclerc is going to get. So we need to clear Verstappen ideally pretty soon. Ricardo's up in P4, which is fantastic to see. We're going to tell him to go cooler on the fuel a little bit, and we're going to go into a bit more conservative on the tyres as well, just to sort of get in the swing of this race. But still falling on board with Norris, who that gap to Leclerc is still widening. So if we can clear Verstappen, I mean, they're going to come into the pit soon anyway. So Antonio Giovinazzi, I also saw, did just crash out as well. So that's the first DNF of the race. No safety car though. We haven't had a safety car in a while actually. But tyres are reaching into the life. No, they're not. They're just overheating. So there we go. And Verstappen's pitted. He's on the softs now. He can probably... No, it's still too early to go to the end of the race. But so he's probably going to two-stop today. Leclerc pits, and we're in 1-2. So we'll come back when it's time for the pit stops. So approaching the pit window here, and as you can see there, Verstappen's tyres are actually more degraded than Ricciardo's. So that just goes to show how insane Lightfoot it is, because... You know, they obviously had another stint before that. They're already on their second stint. So light-footed, I cannot stress it enough. Find a mechanic with that trait and you'll be laughing. It's such a big advantage, especially in this mod. I'm not sure about the base game. I haven't played the base game in years. But Norris going to come in for his pit. Hopefully no problems. None at all. Straight back out. Lovely to see. Keeping our pit crew nice and rotated so we don't have any fatigue, which will increase the chance of mistakes. But here comes Ricciardo. Beautiful. 1.8. Lovely to see, even quicker than Norris's by 0.05 of a second, and Verstappen momentarily takes the lead of the race. Norris only 5 seconds behind though after the stop, and with fresh new tyres, hopefully we can chase him down. It'll be great if we can chase him down before he pits as well, you know, just to really show our pace. But Ricciardo needs to close that gap to the top as well, so hopefully he can snag his second place of the season. But Norris on an all-purple lap, all while being in dirty air from the leader Leclerc, so quite impressive from him that he's just relishing this fastest car on the grid stuff, isn't he? We're not actually the fastest car on the grid, but it sure as hell does seem like it, because we are playing on hard difficulty and everything. The hardest the game can go, and we're still really dominating, to be honest. And as you can see there, overtaken, they still got a stop to go, so Norris is in dreamland at the moment. As long as he's an incident-free race, he will win. Ricciardo still got a bit of work to do to recover that second place. I mean, it's not the worst case scenario if he doesn't get second place today, but we sure as hell would love to dominate these opening tracks that suit our car so well. And he's up into third. Verstappen has pitted and staying out in front, so we'll monitor the situation quite closely to see if we can catch him before the end of this race. Alright, so 6 laps to go in this Grand Prix. We're going to try and catch Verstappen. It's going to be very difficult with the limited time we have. You might actually have to pit again now that I look at his tyre wear. It's not looking great. The Red Bull has been extraordinarily hard on their tyres this race, just like Mercedes is on their fuel. By the way, Mercedes are quite down the field, which is interesting. Pascal Wehrlein, Bottas again towards the bottom of the grid, so Mazepin also got the call up in Alpine, so they're making switches from the preseason transfers, but I mean, it is their team, they have every right to do that. So yeah, Gasly got dropped, I think. He was in the Alpine with Ocon, wasn't he? That's very strange. Maybe he upped his payment from Mazepin, or Mazepin upped his payment and got a race seat. So interesting to see, but Verstappen is going to pit, so that pretty much hands us to second place in quite an anticlimactic. He pit with 2 laps to go as well. Gee, the AI and the strategy are quite shocking, aren't they? We won't complain though, as Lando is going to put in a perfect race today. Did everything so well, and he's 25 seconds ahead of his teammate in the much better car, has to be said, for Ricciardo's sake. But Lando Norris, final lap of the race, crosses the line to win the second race of the season and his second race in a row. Ricciardo will come home in P2, just unless Leclerc can close 5-second gap. No, it's going even longer, so I think maybe he ran out of fuel or something. But there it is, second place. We're going to jump on board. I'm kind of interested. Verstappen's going for a late push now. Leclerc finishes, so he will not get the podium. He almost ran into the back of him there, but the man of the hour, Lando Norris, second win of the season. That is huge from the young Brit. Alright, anyone cheating? The Red Bull does have a bit of a past in cheating, but not today. They didn't look exceptionally fast, so we'll give them the benefit of the doubt that they definitely weren't cheating. But there is the confetti. Orange again. We get the trophy. I'm back on the podium with my hat. It's happy days. Charles Leclerc is happy to be there as well. Good to see someone a bit different up there. The chairman happiness is no longer even a worry. Plus 23% up to 84% overall. Marketability is up. We've got a new 2 in a row trait for Lando Norris. Can we make it 3 in a row? That's the real question. but we'll take a little bit of money. We're actually not getting that much money. 400,000 a race isn't great, but the prize money makes up for it. We'll go Lando. I would say no one, but I don't want to take the marketability hit, so going with whatever driver's winning at the time is definitely the right way to go about it. So as you can see, they're top of the championship by 47 points as a team, and Lando and Ricciardo. We could try and get equal cars and have a little bit of a teammate battle, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. We just want to put as many points between us and the other teams before we hit some of the weekends where we won't be as strong. That being said, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. There'll be another one out in 2 hours if you're watching when this goes live. But please make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed the episode, and consider subscribing if you're not already. Also, leave any thoughts, feedback, suggestions for the series down below. Join the Discord server. We haven't done the giveaway yet, so there's still time to win a free copy of Motorsport Manager on Steam. And I will see you in the next one.